Hey, corn growers, have you got that nagging feeling from weeds in your corn? If you do, then you're going to want to hear more about Shieldex herbicide. Shieldex is one of the newest HPPD corn herbicides registered for use in the USA. This is a highly concentrated product. The use rate's 1 to 1.35 fluid ounces per acre for broad spectrum weed control. It can be used in all types of corn and it provides excellent crop tolerance. And I think it's important to note in this era of weed resistance that we're finding really good control of amaranthus species, your tall water hemp and your Palmer amaranth species. So I think that's pretty important. HPPD herbicides indirectly block the carotenoid biosynthesis of HPPD enzyme. This in turn interferes with the plastoquinone biosynthesis. And plastoquinones, you can just think of them as sunscreens. They basically block the sun from destroying chlorophyll. And we know how important chlorophyll is. So you see the bleaching or the albinism on this giant ragweed plant. You notice that it's translocated through the plant, through these leaves that were treated. The material was translocated into the meristems here. Because we know it's a translocated product, it's important that we are able to efficiently get Shieldex into the plant so it could do its job. In order to hasten that or to make the best of getting the largest amount of Shieldex into the plant, you got to use a really good adjuvant system. So methylated seed oils have always been very good. Crop oil concentrates are also very good. I'll also say this, that we recommend the use of atrazine. This bleaching will occur more quickly when you use atrazine. I think it's really important that we take advantage of this 1-2 punch that you get when you put Shieldex plus atrazine together. They really work well together and they're able to provide this peak control that we're after. And I would also note that in most cases, you're going to find excellent performance starting to be expressed at 2 weeks after application. And you should see necrosis by about that 4th week. So to get the most out of Shieldex, apply to actively growing weeds and use full labeled rates. It's really important that growers use that full ounce, or if they're in larger weeds, heavy dense populations, difficult weeds, that they use the 1.35 ounce rate. Don't go cutting the rate. It's really important because if you use sublethal doses, any of the surviving weeds from that sublethal dose is able to create seed. Then next year, when those weeds grow and are exposed to an HPPD inhibitor, they're going to be difficult to control. I recommend to people that you use a tank mix partner that's also effective against the species that you're after. So tank mixing another herbicide that's effective against the target weeds that you're after is a great best management practice that I recommend. The other thing that's important here, and it goes without saying, is you always have to add a crop oil concentrate or a methylated seed oil. In terms of the application timing, we recommend that you apply this product before the weeds get to be greater than 5 inches tall. With respect to corn, it should be up to V6 corn or less than 20 inches tall. Keep that in mind when you get out there. I just want to point out a couple of quotes from Dr. Brian Young, a highly respected weed scientist. I've known Brian for a number of years. So I asked him to do some research looking at Shieldex herbicide and provide some comments that he would want to pose about the product. And basically, he found that the performance of Shieldex on water hemp and Palmer amaranth was good or better than the other HPPD studied in an extensive body of work at Michigan State University. And in one trial, it was pretty dramatic. They found 95% control with Shieldex, while other HPPD herbicides did not demonstrate control greater than 70%. That's pretty important information. Now, I'm not going to go through the stoplight analysis, and y'all know what a stoplight analysis is. Red is not so good. Green is really good. Yellow is you're getting there, but you're not quite there. So all the products used in the top part of the slide are used alone. But when you put atrazine with it, it helps put green on the screen. We're starting to see very good control, a number of weeds that are listed here. I always recommend atrazine. Atrazine and the HPPD inhibitors work well together. Grass weed control is shown on this slide. And again, you see the same trend. Much better control when you put atrazine with Shieldex. We're getting the kind of control that most farmers are going to look for and want. So to wrap this up, Shieldex is a reliable post-emergence crop-safe broadleaf herbicide. It has shown excellent control of yield-robbing amaranthus species like water hemp and Palmer amaranth. To ensure that you get good performance with Shieldex, I always recommend that you use at least a half pound of atrazine per acre and a highly recommended MSO or crop oil concentrate. And you can talk to your dealer and distributor about what to use there. The synergy between HPPD herbicides and photosystem 2 herbicides is important. It's real. So always, wherever you can, put atrazine within the tank. The grower achieves high levels of weed control with that mix, and you delay the onset of weed resistance, and it enables or helps us deliver long season weed control, which very importantly reduces the weed seed bank. Shieldex is an important herbicide, and it's a viable option for corn growers to consider when managing tough weeds. Learn more at summitagro-usa.com.